Hello?
Hello, Burleigh.
Yes.
Hey, this is editor Bill Hernandez with rockbandreviews.com in Florida. How are you?
Hey, Bill. Well, I actually woke up with a little bug, but I'm okay.
Okay, you still want to continue, or we want to do this another day?
No, this is good. The next time I would be able to do it would be next week, so you want to go for it, I can.
All right, great. Well, it's great to talk with you guys again. Of course, as you know, we always support you and Ambrosia every time you come to town. So, and
Thank
we're
you.
and we're real excited to see that you got two gigs coming up here in South Florida, one in Boca Raton and one at the Magic City Casino. So, which is good because sometimes a show will land on a day where somebody can't make it or something. So this is going to give them another opportunity to catch you guys while you're in town.
Well, Florida's like our second home, so, we can't get there enough. We love it.
I can't blame you. I mean, today it's nice and sunny. It's about 74 degrees, and you can't beat that
perfect.
this time of the year, so it's great.
No, it's perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
So I was wondering, if you kind of look back, can you kind of recall when music first impacted your life as a kid?
Well, I started, probably like everybody, very early, with the Beatle invasion, of course, and the whole English invasion. But before that, surf music. Surf music was big for me, and because I was a wannabe surfer.
Yeah.
I lived in Pomona, but that didn't work too well. But I still wanted it really bad. So the music and the rhythm of surf music, which, by the way, was Keith Moon from the Who. That was his favorite music.
Oh, no kidding. Huh.
No, and you can really hear it in his playing when you know that. Yeah. Yeah.
So the question is, you're a drummer, and I mean, those are some very distinctive beats when it comes to surf music. I mean, I'm from Santa Monica and grew up listening to the Ventures and Dick Dale and all those guys and such. And have you ever thought about maybe doing an album of new surf music or surf covers?
Well, I've had the occasion to play with a few surf bands, even within recent years. So I get a taste of it once in a while. And you're right, it is a very unique style, and it's not you can't just you can't just think that you're going to walk in and nail this, because it is a unique feel and a unique drive to it. It's something you have to really understand.
Yeah, I would think so. Now, growing up, who were some of the recording artists that you listened to that may have inspired your musical style?
My all-time favorite drummer is a guy named Elvin Jones, who used to play with John Coltrane.
I'm familiar.
That's kind of my guru of gurus. But I had so many wonderful experiences. I studied with a really a legacy drum teacher by the name of Freddie Gruber, who was huge in my kind of development. But then I also had a lot of ethnic stuff. When I went to UCLA, I spent 4 years with an African master drummer, Kwazi Badu.
Ooh.
And I have a pretty heavy African background, playing drum ensemble. And then I studied a summer with Ala Raka from Ravi Shankar.
Oh, okay.
Studying tabla. So I don't know if I manifest it, but I have a lot of ethnic influence in my drumming library.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot of different styles going for you there as well.
Oh, thanks.
Now, as a drummer, a musician in general, are you self-taught?
Well, everybody's self-taught to a degree, but no, I am self-taught, but I also sought out as good of teachers as I could. In fact, I'm still seeking it out. I'm finding I have a lot of great drum friends who are great drummers, who know things or have insights into styles that I didn't get to spend enough time with, like say straight head jazz drumming, Latin drumming, and orchestral snare drum. So I have people that I'm studying with now, to bring getting those skills up to speed.
Now, aside from sitting behind a drum kit, do you play bongos or any of those other types of drums as well?
Oh yeah, sure. I play everything. I mean, in the early Ambrosia days, I did a lot of marimba and xylophone on those albums, vibes, timpani, the whole orchestral thing, plus the ethnic thing. That's the thing about drumming. It's drumming percussion. It's such an endless world. You know, it's like, and you can spend your whole life trying to master the tabla drum, much less, you know, the million other instruments that exist within that percussion field. You know.
Yeah. Now, a lot of our phones have these really great apps where you can actually download a drum kit and kind of tap it on your phone screen. Have you tried those?
I've messed around. Well, I've done a lot of programming for session work. And you know, and my wife and I, Mary from Ambrosia, and myself, and we have a studio where we produce a lot of people. And you know, and sometimes I try to do as much real drums recording as possible. Yeah. Because that's what I love to do. But if a song calls for programming, which is basically the same thing as tapping on your iPhone. Yeah. You know, then we'll do it, and it's and that's an interesting challenge to make it sound natural and real. Sure. Of course, nowadays with the loops and all that, it's like crazy what you can do. You know, I mean, it's insane.
Oh, it's unbelievable what you can do today in your pocket.
Oh yeah. No, it's I mean, you can tell. Like I know in Logic, one of the recording programs, you can tell your drum program, okay, I want you to be a little busier, and you know, you just move a slider up and down, and he'll do more. You know, it'll do more fills or less fills, and it's like crazy. It's like, you know, it's like you know, the machine is here. You know, pretty soon, you know, a version of me, but it'll be a robot that's going to walk on stage and do the set.
Exactly. We need a little more oil in there. Yeah. Now, how did the band get its name, Ambrosia? I'm sure it wasn't named after that yummy holiday salad.
No, it's actually in Greek mythology, ancient Greek mythology. It's the nectar of the gods. It's what the gods like Zeus and Apollo, all those gods, that was their food that kept them immortal, was ambrosia. It was called ambrosia.
Well, you guys seem to be immortal because since day one, you guys are still out there touring and doing some great shows.
Well, you know, I got to say, we're having more fun now than we ever have. And you would think, oh, the heyday, the 70s and 80s, you know, how can you top that? But I got to be honest, it's more fun now. You know, or maybe I've just come to appreciate it more, you know, and respect what it is. You know, when you're young and you're thrown into it, and you know, you can abuse it. Yeah. So now it's like, oh boy, I get to go to Florida and play.
Yeah, and not only that, now they have these rock cruises now, these music cruises. I'm sure you guys have done a few of those, right?
We just got off one called the Rock and Romance Cruise, and it was amazing because we got to do 2 nights of Ambrosia, but then we got to back up. We were the backup band for Michael McDonald for 2 nights.
Oh wow, he was just here last week. We saw him.
That's right.
Amazing.
He got on the boat right after he played in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. So those are nice. So I mean, you're going to work, but you know, you still get to relax a little in between. You get to bring your families and such, right?
Well, not so much the families, but I mean, my wife and I are both in Ambrosia together, which is, you know, I understand is a pretty rare situation. So it's work. I mean, you know, between you know traveling to get there, you know, getting all this, get your setup up and get the merch and get the sound and dial in the sound and you know. And the meet and greets and the da-da-da. But, I mean, for my wife and I, you know, we get an hour a day sometimes when we're all done and we're in a different place and we get to explore a little bit. And, you know, it's cool.
Yeah, definitely. You can't beat the weather, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, what's next for Ambrosia? Anything exciting coming up that your fans can look forward to?
Yeah, I mean, we're still intent on recording a new project. Several new projects, actually. We want to do a new live record and then do a new studio record, and we might even be looking at a Christmas album this year. So,
oh, that's great.
so we want, we're trying to have fun. We're trying to make everything we do fun at this age, and but we're pretty diehard music junkies, So
yeah.
we tend to take on too much.
No, yeah, but you know what happens when you slow down, right? Everything starts to back up, and
yeah, you die. That's what happens.
That's why we see here in South Florida, a lot of these big supermarkets. You see people in their 70s, going out to the parking lots and gathering shopping carts and bringing them back in. They just want to stay active and stay busy, because once you slow down or stop, that's it. So you guys are on a really good rhythm. You do a ton of shows every year, and the music sounds great, and that's why people keep coming back out to your shows. So
well, I appreciate it, Bill. Because that's what we love to do. So.
Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time out, especially since you're feeling a little under the weather, to talk with rockbandreviews.com today, and we're really looking forward to seeing you guys within, you guys are coming up soon, within the next 2 weeks, so we're really
2 weeks.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that.
Well, likewise, buddy. Thank you very much for